wish me luck starting my new job. Do you say career? Because this is like a full-time thing. Good morning. I just arrived at the school. I'm parked in a place I don't normally park in. Like, I'm really close to the building. Normally these spots are marked off for car line, and then in the afternoon the pickups to go to like aftercare, like karate places and whatnot. But I have the play kitchen in the back of my car, so until we get that in, I should park somewhat close. I don't know if I parked close enough, but here we are. And yeah, it is 7:29, so I'm gonna go in soon. And my teacher says she usually comes at 7:30. Sebastian was really sad this morning. He woke up right before I was leaving, and he was super sad. He's like, I want to have breakfast with you. They're actually feeding us. I haven't eaten breakfast, but he wants me to wake him up at 6:30 tomorrow and have breakfast with him, which again, I think they're going to give us some breakfasty things because I have a meeting right then. But yeah, I can eat a little bit. I don't know. Everybody's starting to arrive because our arrival time is 8. But wish me luck starting my new job. Do you say career? Because this is like a full-time thing. Even though I kind of took it on as like a second job. I'm like, why not? It gets up at 2:35, whatever. You still have that time. Got a taste of it being a second job yesterday because of having to do that label, and I will have work this week. He's got other things that was just due for printing today, but I'm gonna head in and start my first day. I'm filming this out of order, but I'm popping in to show you what my teacher got me. It actually has a little coin purse that hooks onto this as well, but it's a crossbody lanyard, and she has one too. That's why she had asked my favorite color. I'm guessing they didn't have purple, so she asked for other favorite colors, and I did say turquoise was one. So how cute is that? And since we are required to we'll have a key, we'll have our badge, I have sanitizer, we have to carry a walkie-talkie, which is heavy. You can also put your phone on here if you slip that into the case. So this might actually be quite nice. I do have a lot of cute lanyards though, so I might be matching my shirt with like a cute pastel one tomorrow, but once we're in walkie time, I could see this being really good, and I might want more of these. It's pretty cool. And where is that other clip? Did I put it on backwards? I don't know. The little thing that had to change first, yeah, I had it on backwards, could have sanitizer. I'm gonna have to play around with this because am I gonna have to buy all new ones because this is so cute and I like matching? I don't know. But this was so kind of her. I love it. Hello everyone. I am currently working 2 jobs. I just did a quiz for Title IX compliance. Passed that. That one actually I didn't get 100% on. That was really complicated because of all the legal processes, but I passed it. That really made my poor brain work hard. I am not good with legal stuff, and I'm also doing beer label edits. I need to save this one really quickly, but I have done my first day of my new career, of my second job, my full-time job. So is it my first job or my second job? Do you automatically count the one you're at more as your first job even if you've done the other one longer? You tell me. But basically I had, if I pause it's because I'm thinking about what I'm doing for work. I had 4 hours of training. I guess the first hour was breakfast, and I didn't eat breakfast because I was like, okay, they're gonna feed us breakfast. I should have eaten breakfast. I should have known. I don't expect anybody to accommodate my strange diet restrictions, which are basically vegetarian and lactose intolerant, so quite close to vegan. I do eat eggs, but they had like breakfast burritos, and I think the closest they got to something I could eat was like egg and cheese maybe. I don't know, it was called special on the wrapper. Look at my string of pearls. It's so big. I need to water everybody a little bit tonight. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. There's breakfast. I just ate a little bit of fruit. Luckily we had a 10-minute break halfway through everything, so I was able to go back to the classroom and eat the mandarin that I had brought to be a snack. It was very needed. I no longer felt like I was going to die. But let's see, copy Dropbox link. Trainings were fine. The common theme was, I would say 80 to 90% did not apply to ACSC. That is just how it is. I did enjoy learning all that. I always love to learn. But yeah, so they would often say, okay, pause and talk with your table mates, go brainstorm some ideas about this. And I would do my best to try to brainstorm a tiny bit about it, even though it doesn't apply. And then we would be like, okay, so how does this work with ACSC? And I'd go into something related, like what's recess like for us? And so we were using the time after, we would try our best to make it relate to just learn more about my position, because I don't know. But my teammates are wonderful. I don't really know the PM teacher. Oh, I don't want to do that because she just stopped by for like 10 minutes. She has 2 days of training, being new to ECSC, but not new to special education. So it's just, what horrible timing, because we're trying to set up the room and she obviously wants to be involved. All she can do is like text us about it and give her ideas when she stopped by. But the other TA is wonderful. I sort of knew her from seeing her at lunch every day with her self-contained kids, because I loved to spend some time with them. And it turned out she's a former ECSE teacher who switched to TA after like a teaching hiatus because she has young kids, and it's just a lot of work to be a special education teacher because yeah, you do a lot of the same things that the TAs do, but then you're writing the coursework, you're writing the IEPs, you're in meetings. My poor teacher was like trying to call all her students today and get the schedules sorted out because a lot of them get services 5 days a week or 3 days a week. And just hearing her side of the conversation, it's a tough job. It's a really tough job. I admire everybody in special education. So we made it through all the meetings. They did go over some feedback from staff and students and from the previous year, and recess and lunch were big ones. And you know, if you've been following me on my cafeteria monitor journey, it really hurt my heart that I couldn't just make everything perfect in the cafeteria, that it was just overwhelming, and I even cried when I got home. But yeah, last year I wrote a very long, detailed email with ideas to the principal and the dean, and while she didn't call me out specifically, people maybe could guess because when I introduced myself when we were introducing new staff, I did say you might know me from the cafeteria, but when they were going over all the changes that they wanted to make, she said one of them was from a wonderfully detailed email from one of our monitors. So that's so nice that they actually did read into that. They never did answer in person. She said, thank you for that, I need to go over it. So I'm glad of that. And let me sign this. They're actually going to start the school year with no cafeteria monitors. Nobody has been hired yet. There's somebody starting the hiring process, but if you're a new hire, it can take a long time. They told me it could take months, and I was done in I think a couple weeks. I don't know. I was on it. Like the second they would send me stuff, I would get it all done. I would schedule the doctor appointment and this and that I had to do, and just everything would be done absolutely as quick as it could. But also like my background checks came back like so fast. So I don't know when they'll get one. They're just gonna have to allocate staff, probably site-based subs. They're like, we just don't have any volunteers because I was the volunteer. That was it. But we made it through. We were thinking it couldn't possibly last till noon, from 8 till noon, but it did. It did. They didn't even get to everything. And then we were back in the room, and the teacher was like, oh, we can all take our 30-minute lunch break. And myself and the other TA, we were just standing there eating our lunches. We were like, we don't even want to sit down. We've been sitting in these hard kids' wooden library chairs for 4 hours. And then we just got to work. We started with the play kitchen. I'll have to film a little tour of the room because it's going to be so cute. A lot of stuff going on. They have an amazing amount of resources that they've built up, and I have been bringing in some things too. But yeah, we did the play kitchen. The other TA worked on what was the gross motor area, but since we put the puzzles in there, I'm like, well, those are fine motor, so we're probably going to change the label just to the motor area, or gross and fine motor. And we tag teamed papering 3 huge bulletin boards with dark green paper, which is the request of the other teacher, the PM teacher, because she was suggesting a jungle theme, and my teacher doesn't care. She's so easygoing. She's like, I don't care, that's fine. And I have some leaves from a party as decorations. I can bring in the big jungle leaves. And the other TA, since she was a teacher, she does have jungle decoration somewhere, so she's gonna dig hers up, and the other teacher has some. So we worked on that, and we're running out of time, but we were starting to move and rearrange and sort. I'm gonna tackle a really big shelf tomorrow. I've invited Sebastian to come and help out with some things if he wants. And yeah, I have a meeting 8 to 10. It will be all of the special education TAs, so that includes ACSE, which is pre-K, which is me, cross categories, so those are academic and behavior and social skills support to gen ed students, so they go into classrooms or pull students out, and the self-contained, so basically what I do, but in the K through 5 grades. So that will be all of us. There is 3 or 4 of us that are new, and at least 3 that are old but changing positions. So yeah, we're gonna have an hour-long meeting. They say breakfast foods will be provided, but Sebastian, he was in tears this morning when I left, because he woke up right before I was leaving. He's like, I want to have breakfast with you. So I'm supposed to wake him up at 6:30 so he can eat with me. I'll have some waffles or something, and then if they have pastries, that would be great. That's what I was expecting today. We'll do the meeting, and then there'll be lots of classroom stuff. I have been trying to get trainings done, even though I am not paid for them if I do them on my own time. But it's like, I want to set up the classroom, and I would have come early to set up the classroom if I could have. It just didn't work out, and we couldn't coordinate. So it's like I'm taking that time I would have given to the classroom set up unpaid and putting it into the training instead. But I feel like I'm barely making a dent. I don't know how long that was, but it felt so long. I have done transgender policies. I've done Title IX, and I have done bloodborne pathogens, everybody's favorite. I did that one during dinner. I tethered my phone to this loaner ThinkPad. It says ThinkPad. I do not know Windows, so I'm on a struggle bus here. Everything feels backwards and foreign. When I was in PT waiting for Jax, I tethered it and was doing the first training, and it took an hour to do a 30-minute video because it just, every few words it would be buffering, but we made it through. So I think I've done a couple hours worth. I don't know. It's just a lot. I have over 15 hours online, and then I'll probably have to take some in-person courses. But I got my other labels. It's just not too bad, but we have to do bedtime now as of 1 minute ago, so not doing the second one. And that is done. Not doing any more training tonight. That is done for now. I'm just gonna get ready for bed. I'm gonna pack my lunch tonight, or at least part of it, because Jax didn't end up eating while I was gone. Didn't want to go down the stairs to deal with that. Just stairs are the one thing we're stuck on, and so I did update PT and say we did the practice walk. It went pretty well, but stairs are a no-go still. So yeah, I might pack Jax a lunch like it was school. Anyway, that was my first day as a full-time employee at the school. So sorry about that noise. You were hooked onto this lamp and you got stuck. But I don't know if I can really call myself a TA yet because I haven't even started that. We're still in professional development, but yeah, first day of my new career. Wish me luck. Stay safe, be kind, and don't forget, wash your hands.